Hello, everyone. I am so excited to see everybody here today. I am the chair of the Department of Sociology, Criminology, and Criminal Justice. And boy, am I excited about the team that I have with me here today. I have two Shepherd alumni, as well as an amazing student who is in his senior year in our program. I have Ferocia, Taylor, and Christopher here to provide some stories about our department. But before I do that, I do want to tell you a little bit about our programs in the department. So I'm going to share my screen, but then get ready for some really good stuff. So let me get my screen share for you here and talk a little bit about the program. So our department has two majors. There's a sociology major, and then there's the criminal justice major. Now, the difference between these two are that one is a Bachelor of Science degree and the other is a Bachelor of Arts degree. And we also have concentrations for you to explore. Now, these concentrations and majors are closely tied with career fields that you all may be interested in exploring in your future. The sociology major has a criminology concentration that focuses heavily on research. And then also the culture and society concentration that has a social justice focus. The criminal justice majors have concentrations of forensics and then law enforcement administration. They also have the foreign language requirements that are involved, but they are not as heavy in research and statistics. Now, if you want to get the Bachelor of Science, perhaps you might explore career fields such as corrections enforcement, looking at social science analyses, perhaps youth services, or even mental health services. Here, you have this nice balance of being able to be out in the field and engage applied work, but you also have the capacity to sit behind the desk and conduct research and do investigations and things like that. So I would say that most of the time, the Bachelor of Science is the best of both worlds, because in this case, you're able to use that sociology degree in order to perhaps seek out law school or seek out different forms of investigation. But you have that option of being applied or engaging that research and then getting in. And this is where you can engage in change by creating policy work. And this is something that you all may be thinking about. You may want to explore this. Now, the culture and society minor a concentration in sociology, you're going to take classes like social problems, where you're going to explore a variety of different ways of exploring issues in the United States and around the world. Then you'll navigate through social stratification or race and ethnic relations, where you begin to understand how groups of people in society are stratified. And that means that sometimes people are placed into boxes, and those boxes are like power boxes and hierarchies, where you see who has power and who doesn't, and you're able to explain why. This becomes very important when you think about engaging in that research and understanding what you want to do. And here you have that heavy advocacy component to it, where you're looking at research methods and you're looking at, doing statistics, but you have the opportunity to take a variety of different courses, from education to social gerontology. You're looking at things like social work courses. You're exploring geography, anthropology, a variety of different courses on campus, even some criminal justice courses that allow you to think critically about the world and then to have the skills and to go in and to create change. The criminology concentration is our research-based criminal justice concentration. So here, some people are interested in getting a master's degree and then going into fields where you're going to engage in maybe FBI work and things like that, Homeland Security. This is the type of program that you want, where you want to have those background investigation skills. So you'll take the same core courses, but then you'll begin to explore introduction to criminal justice, and you'll take classes like advanced criminology, and then you'll be able to be very flexible in your ability to pick a number of courses that will help you with that investigation focus. The Bachelor of Arts degree has two core focuses. One is on forensics and the other is on law enforcement administration. Now, what I'll tell you about this is a lot of people come to the program and they say, well, I don't want to take the statistics. I don't want to do the research. I want to do applied work. I want to be out in the field. I want to create action. I want to be, walking and moving and engage in the system in that type of way. I don't want to be behind the scenes. I want to do hands-on work. And so these programs are designed for you to do that. Of course, you have those 12 credits of foreign language that you need to take along with your general education core, but you don't take the statistics and you don't take the research methods and the senior thesis. So here you're heavily involved in field experience, and experiential learning is a big deal in our department. It's a really big deal. So you're going to do a 120-hour internship. We're going to encourage you to do study abroads. Like, we're going to encourage you to be actively involved in your community and to have other experiential learning or co-op experiences where you're actually doing service projects and you're out there participating. So you're going to walk out of here with a resume. You're going to walk out of here with a field experience, and you're going to be prepared for these jobs. And our department was recently selected as in the top 25 of college programs, sociology degree programs, where our students are landing amazing jobs. And you'll hear more about that. But our students get jobs. They get jobs and they get great jobs, and people are coming and talking to me and asking, what students do you have? They're recruiting our students so you become very, very employable. Now, the forensics concentration has a variety of different courses, but they're embedded in different forms of forensics. So if you know a little bit about forensics, you'll know that you have like forensic psychology, and you have anthropological types of forensics, and you have chemistry-based forensics, so biological forensics. So you'll be really looking at the investigation studies from many different perspectives and understanding how you can navigate that. And hopefully we can encourage you, like we do with some of our Bachelor of Science students in sociology, to get a master's degree in forensic science and to continue that applied experience. So please understand that when you're going into some fields, especially forensics, this is your first stop. This is your first stop to success. And again, our students are going to explain those steps and those stops and how this program can really help you to get where you need to be and to have that foundation that you need to be the best that you can be. So our last concentration is law enforcement administration. And so here we're talking about probation, parole, corrections. We're talking about people who are exploring transnational crime. We have adjuncts that are amazing. We have adjuncts who are actually special investigators or in charge of probation in the area, and they are landing jobs for our students like nobody's business. So you are meeting professionals. You are working one-on-one with people who know what they're doing and who can give you real examples to make sense and understand that entire process in the career field. So we just love that. We love that component of our program, this idea that we have real professionals, and you're actually not just reading from a book, you're having somebody walk with you and show you what you need to know. And not only that, we also have minors in our program. So we have a crime and society minor, we have an anthropology minor, we have a sociology minor. So we are up in Shepherd trying to make a difference in getting students from all different backgrounds to engage social justice and to make a difference in our society. Some of the anthropology courses, really interesting. Again, they are embedded in our general sociology and cultural society components, and also our criminal justice concentrations. If you enroll in our program, you are also going to have a minor. And that minor, that's going to be an additional 18 credits where you kind of connect criminal justice or sociology with a passion that you have. So SARD, you see here some of the core minors that people pick. Some people are picking political science because they want to be involved in politics, or they want to have that relationship with the political science department so that they can apply for law school and so on and so forth. Some people are exploring psychology, like the mind, how people process criminal behavior, how people think about anything, right? How they process and understand what they're doing and why. That's so important. Then we have people, because of that foreign language requirement, they may also minor in Spanish, right? They're going to minor in this, and they're going to do some international work. We have a number of students that are now doing study abroads in Scotland, Ghana, different places around the world, and they're using that as their internship opportunity. So you can travel around the world, and that can be your internship. You could do your internship anywhere. So you don't have to stay in Shepherdstown for your internship. You can travel around the world. And last but not least, if you look at some of those different field experience opportunities, we're talking about our students being engaged in National Guard, Jail Association, Homeland Security offices, correctional centers, women's centers, huge in our program, very huge advocacy to support women and children and families, very, very big in our program. We have some of the most loving and giving students that I've ever seen in life. If you're that type of student, if you want to give, if you know that this is your love language, I give, I do for my community, I look out for people, I want the world to be a better place, then this department is optimal for you. It is absolutely optimal for you. We also have an amazing honor society, and we have a sociology and criminal justice club. And this is where some of our students unite and they communicate. But most of all, the students who have been involved in these particular programs, they've done conference presentations. So this has been a huge research component where personally, I've taken students to London, I've taken students to North Carolina, Pennsylvania, different places to present research and to represent their ideas and what is valuable and important to them. So that is the 2 or 3 cents about our program very briefly, but I have an extended information page for you, and it is here in the link. So you can see here that if you click this link here, you can access information about our program, and then you can also shoot me an email and ask me questions if you need to. And I'm also going to give you my cell phone number because that's how personalized we are. So you can text me or call me if you have any questions or if you want to talk to me after this presentation. But now I just want you to hear from these absolutely amazing students. I want to start off with Taylor. And the reason why I want to start off with Taylor is because Taylor is a school teacher and she is an advocate for social change. And I want her to talk a little bit about her experience at Shepherd. And then we're going to transition to Christopher, who's going to talk about how his experience within the program right now. And then we're going to end with a bang, right, with Ferocia, who's going to talk to you about her experiences as a lawyer and a phenomenal graduate of Shepherd University. So let's hear from these amazing people that I love.
Okay, so I graduated in 2015, so it's been a couple years since I was at Shepherd. And immediately after graduating, I got a job at a women's center, and I was like, this is what I want to do. My minor was in women's studies. And then I realized it wasn't what I wanted to do, that I wanted to create some type of social change in a different way, that I really wanted to get to youth before trauma had happened, not after. And so I decided that I wanted to go through a certification program for teaching. And so now I am a teacher in Baltimore City. And it's a really tough job, but I really love it. I get to work with students who come from a variety of different backgrounds, but mainly they're low income. I have a mostly immigrant population at my school, and we are in downtown Baltimore City. And so there's a lot of advocacy opportunities for my students in particular. And then also literacy is just essential for creating social change and for creating equality throughout society. Because if the education system is not equal, then we have students graduating at wildly different literacy rates, and some of them are just not able to read and write when they're graduating from high school. And that creates so much inequity and lack of opportunity for a lot of students and people in general. So I really love what I do, and Shepherd really enabled me to do that, because I would not have been able to go through my teaching certification program without a completed degree. And then also I have the frame of reference of like why we're here, why we have the social problems that we do, and why there's so much institutional inequity within the education system. I, in particular, really needed the like one-on-one attention that I got at Shepherd. All of my professors knew my name. Most of the time, I could choose to have classes with professors that I liked to have again. Particularly Howard Bostic. I took every single one of the classes that she had to offer. I had a child in my last year of Shepherd, and one of my favorite memories is when I couldn't get childcare, and Howard Bostic is standing in front of the class holding my baby as she's teaching, and she's always as enthusiastic as she just was, probably even more so. But it was just amazing to me that she would offer that level of support and just to make sure that I got through the class, and like she was not going to let childcare be an issue and the reason why I didn't get to pass our class or didn't get to participate. And it was that level of caring and help that I received at Shepherd that really enabled me to get my degree and then be where I am today. And also I really like the research focus and looking into like social theory. And so I'm applying that now, and I'm halfway through my master's to be a literacy specialist. And I have that background of already looking through the research and even conducting my own research. And so it's made my master's significantly easier.
Oh, I just love her.
I love you too. Okay.
Thank you so much. Shepherd is a family. Our department, our program is a space for family. It is so important that people understand that you're going to pick and choose different universities and schools that you want to go to, and you're going to have to decide if you want to be, a big fish in a little bowl or whatever, But in our program, we really take seriously providing the necessary support, and I do anything that I can to make sure that our students succeed. Now I would like you to hear from Christopher before I get all choked up from Taylor. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Nice to have you. My name is Christopher, as I was introduced earlier. And I am a senior over here at Shepherd, and I'm a general concentration in the sociology department over here. One of the things that I really appreciate about Shepherd is that when you are in this specific when you're in this specific program, the sociology program, the criminal justice program, what have you, it is very comprehensive. There's all sorts of like classes and things that you will learn from. Like you'll have like your social theory, you'll have your social stratification, social problems. And a common theme about each of the classes that I've taken is that not only are they incredibly comprehensive, but I will go in expecting to know that expecting to think that I know like a good bit about each of the things that I am going to partake in, but you learn more, and you learn how to not only are you learning information, but you are learning how to apply this information in various opportunities. You'll learn how to think for yourself. You'll learn how to not only take the information and like process it, but you'll be able to look further into the information that you're being taught. You are looking below the fold. And what I find interesting and very fascinating about this this method of teaching is that, again, you are expected to apply this in multiple instances. We were talking a little bit about how Shepherd is very small, very compact, and very family-like, and that is not an exaggeration. All of my professors, they know my name, and that is something that I find very helpful and very like comforting when I am, furthering my own course of study. Not only, and when it comes to like specifically getting a particular internship, but like even now, like Dr. Howard Bostic over here actively called me out and had me speak for everybody here today, which is another opportunity in which I can express all of like the knowledge and like the experience that Shepherd is imparting in me. And this isn't the only time that this has happened. Like I have, even if it isn't in the form of a job, you'll be able to speak at an event, you'll be able to speak at any type of fundraiser or anything, and you'll be able to apply this knowledge that you are learning in a very active and very proactive way.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Christopher. Thank you for sharing that. It made me also think about the new types of series and activities that we have. We have a criminal justice series, a lecture series. So every month, anybody can click the Zoom link and you can hear from professionals all around the world talking to you about opportunities for employment that you have. So if anyone here is interested in accessing the link to our monthly criminal justice lecture series, they are on each third Wednesday of the month at 1:10 p.m. And you can hear from professionals, and we want to continue to record and to have these different lectures available so that our students can understand all of the opportunities that they can access. So one thing that I really like to focus on is this idea that you can do it. And so this reminds me so much of Ferocia, because I always said, no, you can do it. Keep going, keep going. You can do anything that you want. You can do anything you aspire to do. Don't give up, don't quit. And she has not done that. She has continued to be amazing, as these other two beautiful students have done as well. So I want you to hear a little bit from Ferocia.
All right. Hi guys. My name is Farosha Andasheva. I've graduated from Shepherd in 2014. After that, I moved to Miami to pursue law. So I spent 3 years in law school. I graduated in 2017, and I was really lucky to land a job at the city of Miami Beach, and I've been working there ever since. I actually never imagined myself working for local government. Even whenever I was a sociology major at Shepherd, I knew that that I wanted to go to law school. But I imagined myself, like out there on the front lines as an ACLU lawyer, which is still a possibility for the future. But after I started working in the city of Miami Beach, I realized just how much room there is for advocacy and opportunities. Because truth to be told, local government, in a lot of ways, is more important than the federal or even state branch, because whatever your local commissioners and your mayor does affects you on probably like the most impactful and quick level. But of course, all of that wouldn't be able to happen unless I went to Shepherd and I majored in sociology. I actually started off as a biochemistry major. I intended to go to med school because that's what my parents wanted me to do. But about 4 semesters in, or maybe 3 semesters in, I took a sociology class just to satisfy one of my requirements, because we're a liberal arts university, and I fell in love, and I was like, this is what I wanted to do. Now, in order to get in law school, you actually don't need to have a particular major, but I chose sociology because I think it would also just make me like a very well-rounded person. It made me grow as a professional, but also it also impacted me on a personal level as well, because I was an immigrant. I moved here at about 12 years old. I was in a small town in West Virginia at 12 years old, didn't speak any English, went to a really small, predominantly white school where I was probably one of the 4 people of color. So taking sociology classes, especially classes like race and ethnic relations, actually helped me work through a lot of internalized, I don't want to say trauma, because I think it's like a really heavy word. But yeah, let's just go with trauma. It helped me identify why I felt the way I felt, why I hated my skin color and my thick eyebrows, which I love now. Yeah, but I think majoring in sociology also helps you to become a better person, and like least judgmental, because you learn the way our society is stratified. You learn about all those institutional barriers that affect and impact people on different levels, and I think it makes you more empathetic, and I think it also makes you more like a better person that will not look down on, I don't know, a poor single mother. It kind of like completely destroys the idea that America is a pull yourself up by the bootstrap society. It makes you aware of all those institutionalized and systemic challenges that many people face, and that's definitely probably one of my most favorite components of sociology. And of course, the attention that we receive from our faculty is probably like one of the best. Funny story: I was actually a student in one of the first classes that Dr. Howard Bostic taught. I believe it was still like one of your trial classes. We were told like, hey, Shepherd is thinking about hiring this professor, so like pay attention to her and provide feedback. And as soon as she walked into the classroom, in 20 minutes in, I was like, this is it, this is it. So And that was, I believe, in 2013, perhaps. Yeah, and then 7 years later, you know, so she's the department of our sociology. She's the chair of our sociology department, and that doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Not only does she care about her students, and you know, she wants them to learn, she wants them to grow, she wants them to land jobs, but she's also very forward thinking when it comes to access to education and technology. That was something that stood out to me from the get-go. Yeah, I don't think I have anything much else to say aside from, you know, just praise.
Thank you so much. So Ferocia brought up something very important, which is that our department is probably one of the more innovative programs I would think in the state in terms of looking at online education and innovative online education. We have had a number of different COILs. It's called Collaborative Online International Learning Opportunities, where I have linked up with faculty members and professors in Mexico and a variety of different places around the world, and had students actually from even Brazil taking class with our students at Shepherd and engaging topics and communicating about them in the class together, and doing shared homework assignments with students who are in master's programs and in law school and so on and so forth. So also different types of engagement where I have partnered with faculty members at perhaps Georgia College, and we have co-taught courses that are called interdisciplinary courses. So I taught a course with a music faculty member, and that class was called it was a class that combined theater and music with social learning. So what we had students do is they did internships, and then when they did their internships, they did a service project, and the service project involved a food pantry and then also a therapy place where students would go in and they would play music to people who were having a lot of stressful experiences and such, and so on and so forth. So the point is that we collaborate with other universities, and we do very innovative type classes, things that you probably wouldn't see other places, because we think outside of the box, and we're willing to take those risks to get you involved with students around the world and to have you look at education in different ways. And that helps my students, I think, to be those people who are willing to try things first, to do something first. You know, we're not afraid. We're not afraid to learn in different ways. We're not afraid to engage people and to learn new things. So that's something about our program. And I think this is why our students are so successful. They are a lot of times the first to do things and very innovative and outgoing. And we would love for you to join our program and to become one of these future leaders. So we thank you so much for listening to us. We are so happy to have you on this call and to hopefully apply to Shepherd University and become a major in our department.